What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about NIO. We're going to talk about why it was down today. There really wasn't a whole lot of reasons for it, but we have our suspicions on why. But we're also going to talk about why the rest of the market was practically down today. There were a few stocks that were up, like Apple and Microsoft, but we're going to kind of talk about a little bit of everything, give you reasons why the market was down and where this could possibly go. You know, are these people with the market crashes correct? Is that coming? We're going to talk about it. But first, before we do, we ask you guys hit that sub button. It's the best way to support the channel, and it keeps you guys up to date in all things stock market related news. And let's give it some razzle-dazzle and just hop into it, just like that, just like that. So let's talk about NIO first. So NIO was down today, down 4.25% on the day. Another big red day. It almost feels like we're going back to where we were at, back into the 30s. I'm really hoping we don't see it. At this point, anything's possible. I wasn't expecting a pullback from 55 all the way down to 43. Like, I don't think anybody saw this coming.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a repeat of kind of what happened in like December time frame last year, right? If you look at the chart. Right. So we'll see, you know, if the bottom could be around, I think it's 39.80 or so. But yeah, hopefully we don't obviously go down that far, but that could be you know, the next big bottom.
Right. And that's what we're hoping for. You know, we do have some catalysts coming up with, you know, at the end of July, the first day of August is when they release their July numbers. So that's something to look forward to. And then it's been rumored that in the middle of August is when they're going to do their earnings date. So two big things coming up that we can look forward to. You know, it's hard telling where we're going to see NIO go because obviously we didn't expect this to be down, you know, again today, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. It's you're either going to sell and panic and sell, or you're going to hold and be gold. One of the two. So your choice. So let's go ahead and look at the stock. We can see that, again, like we said, it was down for the day, and we're on this nice, easy downside. It's just going down.
Yeah.
It's just, this is unfortunate. Looking at it year to date, we can see that we're pushing back down towards the 42 on the RSI. So that's relatively, like, you don't want to see that, but it's a good thing because then it normally you should see some kind of reversal going back the other direction. But the question is where is this going to stop? Because we thought 45 was going to be a solid floor, broke through that. You know, 43, could we see a solid floor here at 43? You know, we touched it a couple times, you know, here in the past. Is that a solid floor? Who knows? It's hard telling, honestly.
If you go back further than year to date, you can see kind of what I was talking about, late November, December timeframe. You know, we could hit that low in whatever that is.
It looks like about a 42, 43, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, so there, and then if it doesn't go there, then it's going to go down to like 39.80s. So, you know, we could see that pullback just like, you know, you see over there on the left side of the chart right before possibly another blast off. So it's kind of been the trend lately, is it, you know, big pullback and then big blast off and then another pullback and then blast off. So yeah.
Not good. Not good. Yeah. And as you can see here on the left side, you can see everything that was up and down today in the market. Anything that is green was up today, and anything that is red was down. You know, aside from like CCIV where it's red, it was red today. That one really hurt. Down 8% on the day. That was dirty.
Yeah,
but it's up after hours. Charge point,
Yeah, charge point was down like 6%. Yeah, there's just a lot of the whole EV sector. I mean, tech took a hit too. Besides Apple, it was up on some good iPhone news.
Apple was up 2.4% on the day.
Yeah, it was up real good. Just some good iPhone news came out. Maybe we'll get into that in another video. But other than that, you know, Microsoft was up like 0.5%. But other than that, all my other tech stocks were down 2 to 3% or so. So yeah, we can get into the Powell news that, you know, he did a speech today on. Yeah,
so talking about that Powell news, that's exactly why a lot of this stuff was down, you know, between tech and between EVs and everything else in the stock market. So basically, let's go ahead and pull up this article with Powell, and we'll talk about what he was saying. Basically, it was just about the inflation and how it's not going to go away anytime soon, that it's going to probably get just a little bit worse before it starts to get better, and that we're pretty much bottlenecked right now. You know, with all the jobs that were lost, and now we're bottlenecking all of the supply and demand issues between, you know, everything from wood to gas, like everything bottlenecked itself, and now we're in that pinch point.
Yeah, an example, I bought something, and it was an 8-week back order, and then that 8-week back order turned into a 12-week back order because they were at a standstill because of part shortages. So he does say though that once kind of the we catch up with the part shortages, that when you get rid of that bottleneck and the inflation will get a little better. But that's why he says it's going to remain elevated before for a little bit, and before it gets any better, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
But looking at this article, we can see this is exactly like what you were saying, that they said that inflation has been higher than expected and a little bit more persistent than they expected and hoped, which is not a good thing. That's not what you want. But he also did say that it's the pandemic-related bottlenecks and other supply constraints that literally created the perfect storm for high demand and low supply, which I've kind of noticed this the other day when I was looking for chlorine tablets for our pool. You can't find them. You can't find them. And the same thing with our mattress. We ordered one of those box mattresses offline, and FedEx has literally been taking all freaking day. Like they've had my mattress in the factory 2 hours, not even an hour from my house, for a week and a half now, because they said, we've called them multiple times, and they said it's just simply that there's so much demand going on right now that they don't have the workers for it, and that it's just so much coming in, all these online orders, because people are staying home.
Yeah,
so
and you gotta think too. Even just going back to stimulus, is all these people getting a bunch of money and then buying stuff. Well, eventually, all these people are buying things, but no one's really, with COVID going on, think back, months ago, no one's really working in the factories and stuff to resupply all that stuff that's getting bought up. So now we're feeling the effects of that. That's pretty much what's happening.
Exactly. So hopefully things start to turn around and things get better. It never seems to amaze me that something like this comes out where it's everything's going up in the market, and then all of a sudden somebody has to do something to screw the pooch.
I mean, remember when the correction was happening, and it was like every other day or so they would be talking about bond yields. Now now the new thing is inflation fears, and it's it's gonna be around for a while, unfortunately.
Exactly, unfortunately. But also to tie it in as well, the NIO news, or what was really dragging NIO down today, wasn't really anything. We were reading all over the internet, a bunch of articles, and there wasn't really one specific point that was like, hey, this is why NIO is down, other than the fact that it could still be looming concerns on the whole DD investigation with them and their privacy issues, with all of that just being connected to China, that could essentially hurt NIO or any other Chinese related stock. But I don't really think it's more of that. I think it's more of just kind of like a market thing, just because I can't imagine that one stock affecting all of these other Chinese stocks. It just doesn't seem fathomable to me.
Yeah, because even ChargePoint was down today, and that's not a Chinese stock, and it was down 6%. Yeah, and CCIV was down.
Look at CCIV, yeah, exactly. CCIV was down because the investor presentation that they announced yesterday did not hold up to what a lot of people were expecting. They did say that they are on record to make, I believe it was 500,000 vehicles by 2030, which at that point they said would keep up with Tesla's pace. So we'll see what happens and comes out of that. To me, it seems like a long time for that, considering NIO's practically pushing 100,000 now. But I guess they've been up around for 3 years now producing cars. So give or take, it's just a matter of time. But so that didn't really hold up to a lot of CCIV investor standards. And so they're trying to hype it up. They said that he was trying to hype it up for the actual merger date with Lucid. So fingers crossed. Yeah, who knows? But let us know down in the comment section below what you guys think. What happened with you guys today? Are you guys hurting, or did you guys happen to somehow make it into the green? Let us know down in the comment section below. We love to hear all the comments. And again, thank you guys for all your support. Again, we're almost I think we're over halfway there to the 6,000 subs. So if you're not subbed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the sub button. It's going to keep you guys up to date on everything stock market related news and everything NIO as well. But we also got links down in the description for Webull. We got one down there for the Stock Dudes merchandise, and we got one down there for the Patreon that gets you access to the Discord, where all these members chit chat around. And we actually got to meet David Johnson, who's, you might have seen him in the comments. He's just joined as well, and some good stories that he's bringing over the Discord. So if you guys want any of that, it's all down below. But again, thank you guys for all your support, and we'll see you guys in the next video.